Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Music Den. I'm your host, Armando Venditti. Hoping you guys are having a good day. In this episode of Music Den, I want to welcome you back to another segment of Live Album Spotlight. The band in the spotlight is Dire Straits, and the album in the spotlight is On the Night, specifically the expanded and remastered edition that is available in the Live 1978 to 1992 box set. I gotta tell you, I saw the band on this tour in 1992 at the Maple Leaf Gardens. And little side note, that was the only time that I'd ever been to the Maple Leaf Gardens. Growing up in Toronto, you would think that I'd been there for hockey games, etc. That was the only time seeing Dire Straits on this tour at the Gardens, and it was a fantastic show. Now, let's get into specifics of the album. On the Night was originally released on May 10th, 1993, through Vertigo in the UK and in Europe, and through Warner Brothers in North America. Also, Vertigo was released on Vertigo in Canada. The original edition of On the Night was a single disc edition containing 10 tracks, clocking in at 75 minutes and 33 seconds. The remastered and expanded edition, as I said, was released in November of 2023 as a part of the Live 1978 to 1992 box set. This expanded edition contains 7 additional tracks, so 17 in total. The album was produced by Guy Fletcher, Neil Dorfsman, and Mark Knopfler, mainstay of Dire Straits. Now, performing in the band at this point, you have the core members, but you had an additional list of backing musicians and backup vocalists. In the band at this point, you had Mark Knopfler on lead guitar and lead vocals, John Ilsley on bass guitar and backing vocals, Alan Clark on piano, organ, and synthesizers, Guy Fletcher on synthesizer and backing vocals, Chris White on saxophone, flute, percussion, and backing vocals, Paul Franklin on pedal steel guitar, Phil Palmer on guitar and backing vocals, Danny Cummings on percussion and backing vocals, and Chris Whidden on drums. So quite a list of musicians on the bill here. Now, as I said, I've seen the band on this tour, and to call Dire Straits a heavy rock outfit or a heavy rock band, that's an understatement. I mean, it was a good show, high energy, but there were moments of, fantastic rocking numbers mixed with a lot of moody, atmospheric, low-key numbers, a lot of atmospheric keyboards and synthesizer passages with acoustic guitar, etc. So I'm going to go through this with you in terms of the track listing. Again, as I said, the original release had 10 tracks, and the expanded edition has an additional 7. So I'm going to go through this with you. It starts off with a 10-minute, 31-second version of Calling Elvis. Fantastic. The way the band started it, you had house lights went down, and there was a lot of keyboard and percussion sections that came in. And then the lights came up, and the band sort of exploded on stage with the track. And it was amazing. It was amazing. And what I liked about it was that there was a lot of improv guitar sections on this track. They really had a lot of fun with it. Right? After Calling Elvis comes a really good high energy version of Walk of Life from Brothers in Arms, clocking in at 5 minutes and 5 seconds. Heavy Fuel is next. A good straightforward rock track. A lot of good slide guitar, heavy, thick guitar tone from Mark Knopfler. After that, things are slowed down a little bit with the atmospheric Romeo and Juliet that clocks in at like 10 minutes and 7 seconds. What I like about this set is that in the band, when they do live material, is that they don't do snippets of songs. They don't do medleys. They don't do little snippets of songs. They do the full version of the track in most cases. And in other cases, they add, guitar improvs here and there, keyboard sections, etc. A lot of breakdown sections. After Romeo and Juliet comes Private Investigation. Again, very somber, very moody, kind of atmospheric passages and sections on this track. Almost like a spoken word delivery from Mark Knopfler. Fantastic. Then the mood picks up quite a bit with an 11-minute 51-second version of Songs of Swing, and it is fantastic. What I like about this track too is that, excuse me, there's a breakdown section, and Mark Knopfler does come in with the guitar. On Alchemy, he would do sort of a call and answer with the guitar solo, and the band would slowly come in as a build-up. It's the same thing on this version. Clocking in again at a mammoth 11 minutes and 51 seconds. After that is the track Fade to Black um, from On Every Street album, sorry, from 1991. Now, Sultans of Swing and Fade to Black were added in for the expanded and remastered edition. Uh, just amazing, just amazing. Then it segues into Your Latest Trick, one of my favorite tracks from the band. The saxophone that comes in on this is just, it's unmistakable. You know the track when you hear the saxophone passage that comes in. After Your Latest Trick comes When It Comes to You, another track that was an additional track for the expanded edition. And after When It Comes to You comes one track that has never been recorded in the studio. It's always been done live. I Think I Love You Too Much, clocking in at a whopping 6 minutes and 49 seconds. And I gotta tell you, the audience are just amazing. This album, the material for the album was recorded on the European tour in such places as France and the Netherlands. And the audiences are just eating it up. It is amazing. Very, very good response and from the band and the audience alike. Um, there's a lot of energy that comes across from the band to the audience and from the audience to the band. After I Think I Love You Too Much is a track, You and Your Friend. And again, a lot of these songs range between the 5 minute to um, 7 minute mark. The extended versions go up to as high as 15 minutes and change. So again, a very long concert, but you know what? Very somber in spots. After You and Your Friend comes On Every Street at 6 minutes, 52 seconds. Again, very good pace to this track. Fantastic. The band are in top flight, in top form, sorry, and they are in full flight. Sorry, got my words mixed up there. Uh, After On Every Street comes Two Young Lovers. Again, another track that was added in for the expanded edition. And again, after Two Young Lovers comes an an extended version of Tunnel of Love, uh, 15 minutes and 39 seconds. Okay, just great, you know. Um, there's a breakdown section that comes in at 6 minutes and 53 seconds of the track. And at this point, Knopfler takes the opportunity to introduce the band to the audience. And I gotta tell you, he is very engaging with the audience, right? There's not a lot of banter back and forth between tracks. So he once in a while will ask, "Are you guys okay? Are you enjoying the show?" That kind of thing. Not a lot of banter, but some bands are like that. I remember hearing that when the Cars would perform live, they wouldn't even talk to the audience between tracks. They would just play and get off the stage, which I find kind of weird. Anyways, after Tunnel of Love comes Telegraph Road from Love Over Gold. Amazing. Again, and a very atmospheric track, clocking in at 12 minutes and 5 seconds. And this is another track that was added in for the expanded edition. After that comes the signature tune, Money for Nothing, written by Knopfler and Sting from Brothers in Arms. Very high energy track. Just the the audience at this point is going ballistic, right? Because for certain bands, there are certain tracks that you want to hear live, and the audience just feeds off this. They just go crazy. Um, After after Money for Nothing from Brothers in Arms comes a title track from Brothers in Arms. Brothers in Arms, clocking in at a whopping 8 minutes and 57 seconds. Just beautiful. Again, very atmospheric, very low key in terms of the tempo and the timing of the track. Just great, very atmospheric, right? That is the end of that show. Okay. And again, the audience are just going ballistic. Okay. But what I'm going to include here in this edition of Live Album Spotlight, a year later, they released a four-track, I guess, CD single for Your Latest Trick, which was recorded in France, okay, at La Arena. And it was a CD single for Your Latest Trick. There were three additional tracks. The disc is called Encore, which is included in this box set. And on this CD, you have Your Latest Trick, clocking in again at 5 minutes and 44 seconds. There are three additional tracks that were recorded on the tour, but were not included on the Night album. You have The Bug from On Every Street, Solid Rock. Okay, a really good good fun edition of version. Sorry, good fun version of um, Solid Rock. The audience really gets into it, and it closes off with Local Hero Wild Theme, the instrumental, clocking in at uh, 4 minutes and 23 seconds. Okay, and you know what? I mean, this could have been included on the set, right? It could have been included on the original set. At least Local Hero, the Wild Theme, could have been included on the set. It would have been a nice way to end off the album, in my very humble opinion. So there you have it. On the Night, the expanded edition, and also Encores from the box set live 1978 to 1992. And again, this is a band that when they perform live, uh, from what I can tell you about seeing them live, they're not one for a lot of pyrotechnics and smoke bombs going off in terms of dynamics, in terms of that. They're one to come on, give you a good solid performance musically in terms of the numbers they choose to perform, and they do it in their entirety. They don't cut corners, they don't do medleys, they don't do little excerpts of songs here and there. They do the entire performances of the tracks, and when needed, they will come in and do little improv jams here and there. And when you hear this album on the Night, along with Encores, you will hear that they are in top form. And it's unfortunate that they broke up at 3 years later, or 2 years later, by the time this album was released. They broke up in 1995. And according to Mark Knopfler, there is no way that the band will ever get back together, which is unfortunate. So there you go. On the Night and Encores. Please let me know in the comments down below what you think of these two albums, the album and the EP. Let me know what you think. If you have it in your collection, or if you have the live 1978 to 1992 box set. Personally, I would get the box set. The box set right now is going for something like $80 on Amazon. So it's quite affordable. And there's also a separate set of the studio albums, all six studio albums. Right now, well, the last time I checked, the studio albums box set was going for 40 and change. It's like $43 with tax and delivery. So if you can get both sets, you're good to go, right? It's fantastic. So please let me know again down there in the comments what you think of uh, both the album and the EP in this box set. And please click like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep yourselves on top of any new content I've got coming up. I've got shows coming up with Jim Bricker and Ken Cheshire. And yeah, we're doing an episode called Almost Perfect Albums. Almost Perfect Albums. If not for that one track, it would be a perfect album. We've each picked five. We're recording that this coming Friday, which is tomorrow. And yeah, there's more ideas coming up, and we're working on them, and we're going to bring them to you as quickly as we can. So please look after yourselves and one another. Please click like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep yourselves on top of any new content that I've got coming up. Again, I want to thank everyone uh, who has supported me doing this channel. It's been a lot of work. Um, but it's been rewarding, and I really do appreciate all the support that I've been getting, and hopefully I haven't let anyone down. Okay. So I'll see you soon with another video. Bye for now.